Hello everyone, welcome back to Tametsi. We're going to start today on puzzle number 82, Wires. And I do want to warn you, I just did a big chunk of this puzzle off camera because I thought I was recording. So I finished both of these two middle regions. And then I finally checked like how long did that slog take me, and I was like, oh, 0 seconds. So that's faster than I thought. I somehow like started the recording and ended it in the middle of my like hello welcome back. Like that was, I had like a 2 second video or something. All right, but that means I can do it. I did it with no problems, or rather no mistakes. It was hard. These wires have some very powerful ripple effects in them, is what I discovered. Like, you start with marking some like at least ones over here, and it ripples like all the way to the end, and you get like a little something, and then you ripple it back to the other end, and it like gives you a little bit more. It was a cool puzzle. I enjoyed it. So hopefully I can get through it a bit more quickly this time, but it's still going to be hard to reconstruct, I think. So we have two of these, which means exactly one of these for this three to be finished, rather. Now to finish this three, we need two here, and to finish this four, we need these two. Now I think we can take that back in the other direction. No, right? Because we have two here, one here, two here. Yeah, that's all fine. So we have to start over here. We have two of these, which means one of these, which means one of these, which means to finish this two, one of these, to finish this two, one of these. Now, in particular, we have at most one of these three, which means at least one of these two. And while I was busy recording, I decided that I need a better notation for at least one of, so I don't get it confused with exactly one of. So I decided I'll put a cross through it. That means at least one. And then we have at most one of these two, which, that's a 3 there, right? Means we have at least two of these 4, and that finishes this too. So there's no mines here. Spooky, huh? It looks like alien glyphs or something. Viking runes. Anyway, we have both of these, and that gets us going this way. And now this has turned into an exactly one, and everything can ripple back a little bit better. Exactly one here, exactly one here, exactly one here. To finish this 2, exactly one here. To finish this 2, exactly one here. Now to finish this 3, both of these. And I think, yeah, so one of these, right, that's easy. And that finishes this one. Now we have exactly one of these, exactly one of these, exactly one of these, exactly one of these, and exactly one of these. So we've accounted for 5 mines in this entire area. And we know there are 5 mines on these 2 rows. So this middle space is not a mine. I didn't figure that out as quickly in the first playthrough. We should be able to do something now that we have this, though, right? One here, which to finish this 2 means one of these. Now this 2 is finished, so neither of these. One of these. All right, now just one in each vertical domino. So the next step, I remember, is to look at this, to figure out where they go in the dominoes. You have to look at this row. Or this row, actually. Either one would be fine. We have exactly one here and exactly one here. We furthermore have exactly one here and exactly one here. So we know that this is a mine and this is not. You could derive either one of those. And that actually solves this area. So there we go. First one down. Took me 2 or 3 times as long the first time, I think. And then I did this one. So we have exactly one of all this. Therefore, we need both of these. Easy enough. And now you can't really do anything over here yet. You have to start here, as I recall. We have 2 here exactly, so exactly 1 here. Which means 2 in this area. Now, can't we do something sort of cool going in the other direction, I think? Maybe not. Well, since we also have at most 1 here, we have at least 1 in this area, right? Which means at most 2 here for this 3, which means at least 1 here for this 3. And at this point I said, how could knowing at least 1 of a 4 is really helpful to me? But it actually was. Because it means we have at most 3 in this area, which means at least 1 here, which means for this 2 at most 1 here, which means for this 2 at least 1 here, and it must be exactly 1 because it's touching all these 1s, and therefore neither of these are mines. And now we can go back the other direction, turning all these at mosts and at leasts into exactlies, I believe, right? We have exactly 1 here, exactly 1 here, exactly 3 here. I shouldn't have erased what I had. No, that's fine. Because we have, for this 4, exactly 1 here now. Which means exactly 2 here for this 3. Which means exactly 1 here for this 3. Which means exactly 2 here for this 3, finishing this 2. And this 2 is done. And we have a 0, which helps us resolve stuff. These 2 1s next to each other, we need a space here that's not a mine. Ah, right. I remember where we go next. It's this row. Notably, this 4 can only have 3 down here, so we need at least 1 of these, right? And this 1 has exactly 1 mine in these 2 spaces. Therefore, 2 in this area, at least 1 of which is up here. And we can say exactly 1 because it's illegal to put a second in. So this is a mine, the third one for this 3. And, oh, I went too far with this, right? I accidentally drew this line a bit too far. It's only supposed to go to here. That's fine. You know what? Before I just trust myself on that, let's reprove it. There's at most 3 down here, therefore at least 1 of these, yeah. And at least exactly 1 of these. So we know that this space is safe, and furthermore that all 3 of these are mines to satisfy this thing that was a 4 a minute ago. Now this 2 finishes the bottom row. It needs at least 1 mine down here. So this space is safe. And this space is a mine. All right, you're caught up. This is the moment at which I realized I hadn't been recording that whole solve of those 2. So, which mine shall we do next? Which wire? I'm going to flip a coin. I don't have any real coins, but I do have an app on my phone that is like maybe the most ridiculously overblown coin flipping app I've ever seen. because it's like not a coin flipping app. It's a million things and it just happens to have a coin. Heads! We're doing the top. Okay. I just briefly thought this 7 was a question mark. I misread it. And I was like, why would you ever want a question mark row clue? That doesn't tell you anything. But these question marks in here make me sad because like the deductions you'd like to make are not that interesting. Oh, maybe they are actually. That's fine. We have 2 here, which means 1 here. Nope, that's not useful. Because I can't conclude one of these. I can conclude at most one of these, though. That's useful. And can't I conclude at most one of these? I think so. Because how else is this 2 going to be satisfied, right? It's got 1 here. It can only have 1 more. Yeah, so this is simpler than I thought. There's at most 1 here, which means that this 2 has at least 1 of these 2. Maybe that's not so useful. I thought it was going to have exactly, but that's not true. Or no, it does. There's exactly 1 here. So 2 in this area. At most 1 here. At least 1 here. Yeah, I don't think that goes anywhere actually. But no. All right, let's start looking over here. Ugh, I don't have any starts next to a wall. I really like being next to a wall. Well, we have at least 1 of these. I'll put the notch through it like that, I guess. Which means at most 1 of these to satisfy this 2. Which means at least 2 of these. I don't see how that's helpful. It doesn't affect this 4 at all. So maybe we have to go from this side? Like, this 3, there's at least 1 here, right? Ah, yes. So this, I got that from this 3 and this 2, right? We can have at most 2 in this area. And that means we have at least 1 here. And now this 3, there's at most 1 here, at least 1 here. So there's at most 2 in this area. But we also have at least 2 in this area. So we can in fact now say there are exactly 2. Give me an eraser. There you go. Exactly 2 of these. Which means exactly 1. Oops, I thought I took my black ink back. Exactly 1 of these to satisfy this 2. This 3, rather. And if there's exactly 1 of these, then there's now exactly 1 of this whole area instead of at least 1. And since there's exactly 1 of this whole area, this is now an exactly 1 to satisfy this 2. And we have 2 exactly 1s next to this 2. So these 2 spaces are safe. Now this 2 is on. All right. Nothing else totally trivial left. We have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. From this 2 having 1 here, it must have 1 here as well. Therefore 2 here, which solves this 2. Those are safe. And now we can do this 4 row. there's exactly one here, which means the other 3 are all mines. And I think this 3 row will be helpful as well. We know there's one here. We know there's one here. And we know there's one here. So there's none here or here. All right, 3 out of 4. This has been a fun workout. I like these wires going like back and forth, where it's like I always know where to look. I don't know where it's gonna lead. It's like, well, you got to work on this wire, and I don't know what is going to be true, so just start writing stuff down and see where it leads, and it always leads somewhere good, right? What a nice experience to have. I guess we can erase those. So we have 1 in this area, which means exactly 1 here. Okay. What does that tell me additionally? Like, I mean, it says there's at most 2 here, I guess. Which means at least 2 here. Which means Jack. Means nothing. But what if we go in the other direction? This set of 4s, or this 4 next to this 3, can't have all its mines in this area. It needs at least one of them here. Actually, maybe more useful is to go the other direction with the 4 and the 3. There can be at most 2 in this set of 2 spaces, right? So there are at least 2 in this space of these 4 mines as well, which means there's at most 1 here. So there's at least 1 of these, which means this 1 is finished. I'm pretty sure I can click these 2, but I want to see if there's an easier way to prove that in case I was somehow wrong. All right, I'm just going to click them. Fuck! Oh! What the hell? I thought I had this all right. So I think all these clicks must have been unjustified then. Well, let's go back to having, like, I don't know about these squares, and try to rederive it and see what went wrong. Ah, it was going so well. We were looking at this 4 and 3, right? Since there are at most 2 here, obviously, there's only 2 such spaces, there are at least 2 here, which means at most 1 here. Ah, that's where I went wrong. I then said that there's at least 1 here, but that's not true. Really, there's at least 1 in this entire area. So it does solve the 1, but it only gives me these 2 spaces, not these 4. So I can erase and uncover these. Got it. This 1 and 2 give me a mine here, and of course 1 here. And there must be at most one here, I guess, right? In order to satisfy this too, which has one mine here. Yes. If there's at most one here, then there's at least one in this area, which satisfies this one. So we can erase this. We can finally uncover this space. And we can also click here. We still don't know about that. That's still forbidden fruit. And now we know exactly one of these two for this one, which means exactly one of these three for this two. So now this two is done, and there can't be any mines here. I think this 1, 2, 1 should be resolvable somehow. Yeah. Let me just re-paper over this for a minute. This 2 and this 1. There's exactly one here, which means exactly one here. But there's also exactly one in these three spaces. So this can't be a mine. So I guess what we're meant to discover... Look at this color scheme, it's amazing. What we're meant to discover then is something that ripples back out to here, right? We have one of these now, and one of these, and one of these, and one of these, and therefore one of these. Oh, can I do a similar thing with the two going out to here with these ones? I think I can, yeah? Like this shouldn't be a mine. We have one of these three, and that means one of these two, but we also have one of these three, so this is not a mine. Now that we've got exactly one here, this 2 means there's exactly one here, and now this 3 needs exactly one more. This 4 needs 2 of these to be finished, which I can actually just mark in as actual mines. Which means 1 here to satisfy this 2. And from this area, we have 1 of all this, which means 1 here. Now to satisfy this 3, we need 1 here, and we finally say not these two. These two 1s give me this. 0 goes there. All right, time to do the rows now. We have 1 here and 1 here, and that's it. So this is all safe. That's a mine. And this is a mine. Okay, definitely a little slip up there. Kind of a bummer. But I at least was able to redeem myself by covering up the error and solving the puzzle without relying on that ill-gotten gains, I guess. Anyway, that was puzzle number 82. First time in a while, well, not that long actually, since I made a mistake. I don't remember what happened on T-square. I do remember this puzzle, but I don't remember much of anything about it, and I think I solved it like yesterday or something. Might have even been this morning. I don't know. Oh, we got more. We've got a lot of these now, right? Circuit. Okay, I see the theme there. These are waffles. How adorable. Yeah, and we've already looked at the others. I don't know why I don't have these yet. Is it because I missed number 40? I don't know. Anyway, we're done for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.